Hello, boys and girls. It's Red back here with another goddamn interview. Here I have the boys from Putrilence. Say hi, guys. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, what's up?
Yes.
I'm Jack. I play drums.
Mhm. And Landon over here.
What's going on, guys?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm Landon, and I play guitar.
And also bass, right?
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
for
Here
the
and there, yeah.
EP.
All right. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Let's not bullshit around here. Let's get started with it. All right. So to start off, what are your main goals as musicians? So far, you've only have one demo and an EP. So what kind of stuff do you want to make down the road? Will it be similar to your EP, or do you want to emulate some other bands? I can tell, just from your Metal Archives page, you were wearing a lot of band shirts. So you might be those are your
Oh,
big
yeah.
inspirations.
You can start with that, Landon.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. I think I think after our EP and our demo kind of came out, we got signed to NSE, and I think we're really just trying to push our boundaries a lot with like when it comes to like brutality and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jack, you want to continue on with it?
Yeah. We're working on an album right now. We
Oh,
just
so
finished pretty much all the songs for him.
so
It's
like
the first time in a while we've had like a full set. Yeah.
so like you wrote all the songs and you're ready to record it, or like it's all been recorded already.
We wrote all the songs. We should be able to start recording them in a month or so.
Okay. Do you record in
Yeah.
do you have any like sort of professional recording environment? You just record it in your homes. Like, nowadays like that's pretty
Uh,
that can pretty much be
yeah.
considered decent anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. We've. I don't know if you know the band Sacrificial out of Milwaukee too.
Hmm.
But yeah, we're big buddies with those guys. We love those guys, and whenever we're down there, we always hang out with them. And they always record their stuff in house. So whenever we're there, we always like to record with their gear,
Yeah.
so we don't have to pay
Yeah.
anybody.
It's free real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of gear, I need to
Pretty
get a new
nice.
fucking webcam. You guys have like really nice high quality webcams. All I got is the shitty
This
input.
is my
Uh,
this is my
yeah.
laptop.
It's a
Yeah.
laptop.
well, I have a shit ass laptop from like 3 years ago. So, anyway, all right. So as far as goals are concerned, do you want to get like a decent following, or is this mainly just something that you do for fun, with your friends? Because like on Instagram, you already have about 1,000 followers, which is pretty good for a band with only one EP and a demo tape.
Yeah. We're looking. I don't know. We hope to keep going. It's a lot for fun. Like it's a passion thing for sure. We don't really make anything from it, but we
Yeah.
also just want to make it like as good as possible and just kind of get to an audience that we want, just like people who like the brutal shit that might not be from the like
Mainstream.
usual locations like California and stuff. Like just kind of showing the
Yeah,
Midwest has
definitely.
some shit to offer too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like kind of a big goal.
I feel like this is. I feel like Putrilence. I've always wanted it to be like something people know, because like you hear like Cerebral Effusion, like Malignancy, bands like that, and you're like, I want to be like those guys, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it's for fun and it's for like
Yeah.
I don't want to say like legacy, but yeah,
You want
we
people to
definitely want to like
listen
get
to it.
somewhere with it. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they usually, there's like a kind of like within metal. I've noticed that like there's like a build it and they will come. Like if your stuff's like really good, people will like and if you're prolific enough, you can just eventually you'll get like something of a following, and that's like one of the best things about it. Like you won't be as big as like Cannibal Corpse, but you can get like a decent amount. I've noticed. I've noticed some bands go from like like 50 to like a couple thousand within a year or so. So
yeah.
it's definitely possible. Speaking of that, well, so which bands have been the biggest influences on your sound? I mean, I can tell there's like a lot of influence in there, but obviously mostly within brutal death metal. So, which ones would you say are your biggest on
well,
that front?
well, I definitely gotta say that me and Jack, like when it comes to guitar playing and drumming, it's like we both
Yeah.
definitely have our own band.
Mm.
But Jack, you wanna list them?
Yeah. I can start with mine. For me, like just for my drumming is obviously the goat, like Brad Fincher from Devourment did. Like clearly like just like straight crazy shit, just like super fast. I think it perfectly encapsulates everything about like what we're going for. But then also more recently, definitely Lily Gruber of Defeated Sanity for the more like kind of weird stuff, and the general like sound of the kit itself is kind of what I'm a big fan of. I like the snap with the snare and things like that, and like the low thuddiness. Um, Also, I guess there's one more is I always forget his name, but because it's like Swedish or some shit. But the drummer for Gorgasm currently is also a big influence too. You can just go forever with the blasting and stuff like that. It's just super cool.
Hey, keep practicing. You might get at it. Yeah. Are you, Lynn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's definitely a little weirder. I definitely like when it comes to brutal death metal. It's definitely Von Stoffi from Defeated Sanity,
Mm.
like Diego from Disgorge. Also just like Pat O'Brien from Cannibal. Just crazy, crazy guitar work on from all three of those guitarists, and then probably Brandon Ellis, the super melodic player, and it doesn't fit in with us at all, but
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting influences from other sources. You see a lot of
Oh yeah,
so many. I've seen a lot of death metal guys who get a lot of influence from jazz, which is a little strange. But then again, I
Yeah.
still interested in some jazz
yeah.
shit. I still haven't listened to that Jazz Fusion album, but I guess I can listen to it someday. All right. So, like, are you guys like all friends and you just started a band together, or is this like did you like recruit one another for this? Like, or is there like a band leader who decided on that?
Um, I don't know. When we first started, I didn't know Landon very well. I knew our old vocalist JJ.
Mm.
He kind of like him and Landon came up with the idea, and I like jokingly like put on my Snapchat story like 3 years ago that I know how to play guitar, and that's kind of how I got to know Landon. So I guess kind of, I don't know. I was mostly friends with JJ at the time, but now it's definitely like we're definitely a bit like friends. Obviously, me and Landon super close like friends for this, and then Elijah and Donnie as well. Like we talk all the time. It's definitely like a friend group kind of thing as well as a band.
There's a brotherhood.
I
Yeah,
guess so.
I,
Yeah, you could
I
say that.
definitely have to say, yeah, I definitely have to say though that since I mean Donnie and Eli live hours away from us, that it's more kind of it's more of a teamwork between me and Jack when it comes to actually making music,
Yeah, for sure.
but kind of just communicating to them when we play
Yeah.
live.
Like you have to send like the files over email and shit. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Well, who
gotta
Yeah, just like a
record
really
everything.
tough video. Yeah.
well, like who mixes it
Yeah.
all together, or do you like get in the
Like,
group and do it together?
oh yeah. Me and Landon are pretty much the only people who can consistently somewhat practice. So we kind of like get like the meat and potatoes of the song, like the actual whole writing. So like we kind of trade off on who writes more.
Mm.
Like for our new single, Lateral Orchiectomies, like a lot of that was me.
Hmm.
And then we have some new songs coming up where it's a lot of like Landon's kind of like influence and what he wants from different bands, like what he wants to hear too, basically. So we kind of just like trade off each other. And then a lot of songs are like both of us like putting our influences in there as well.
So you have a new single coming
Yeah.
out?
Uh, we have we're hoping to just get an album out. As like I think what Landon one was or what we told some people is like end of 2025. I hope maybe early 2026, like for sure, like definitely soon.
Not too far.
Because I feel like
Yeah, around I don't want to say too much because I don't really know definitely specifics,
No promises.
but yeah,
we
yeah,
got a lot of new shit coming out soon, is what I would say.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very prolific.
Mostly new material.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. Next question. So like the quality of your debut EP was like really raw as fuck. So like was that intentional or
Yeah.
like is like what was the production like would you want to like emulate like that 90s like war metal shit or like or like it was just like product of circumstance.
A bit of both, I think. We kind of
Yeah,
try to.
yeah.
It was recorded. Everything was recorded. I think no, we actually recorded together for a lot of first like half of it, and the other half was like we went on our own time for the demo, for like the really early one that is no longer on Spotify.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like the first thing we put out, it was recorded in Landon's basement completely, like no mixing, maybe like a little compression. We just kind of dropped it, just to
Yeah.
have something out there. But for the EP, I did all the drumming in my basement, like with some shitty mics. And then we also mixed that one ourselves. I know what I did for the drumming, as well as Landon. We just like threw a little compression on there. We didn't have any split tracks, but whatever Landon
Yeah.
did with the guitar, I have no idea. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I had
That's
like a.
I.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. For both of those, we had for guitar at least, we had we had it plugged straight through to an interface and then used a digital like plug-in, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Yes. It sounded so trash. So we ended up using a bunch of compression and like a digital like pedal through like
oh
Reaper.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we managed to you know let it stay basically.
Like it worked long
So
enough.
yeah,
You
it
know,
was, and we also did. No, we wanted something raw, but it kind of just was gonna sound like that anyways, probably.
you know, if I can add, I had a friend who was in like this crossover band, and like there were like he showed me like two recordings they did. One where like they actually had like a bit of a setup, and one where they just placed down their phone and just recorded on that, and the one on the phone just sounded like 10 times better. So.
I was like,
Really.
that's crazy.
All right, so let's see. Next song. Next one. Like, so how long have you guys been into metal? Were you always into like death metal shit, or did you start off with Metallica and Priest and stuff, and then you moved on to the extreme metal?
I think Jack was more into like actual like metal before me and our other vocalist were when we met.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I always grew up around it. Not like death metal,
Yeah.
but just like general metal, like just heavy music in general. My
Yeah.
dad,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
used to
That's where
like
it
death
starts.
metal a lot, so
Mm.
I just kind of more just grew up around. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I didn't actually get into anything like extreme till like eighth grade, like ninth grade, around there. Is just like black metal and stuff is what I kind of started with, and then I found gore noise, which I thought was just funny. But that's kind of where I started with that.
That's the appeal of it.
Yeah, and I started with like Slipknot and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mudvayne
he's a
and
big
stuff like
deathcore
that.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. if if I may interject real quick, funny story about Slipknot and Mudvayne. I remember when I was a kid, and like my dad was listening. He was a really big fan of Mudvayne and Slipknot. I remember asking like, "Hey, what kind of music is this?" He's like, "Oh, this is death metal." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
totally death metal." And
Jesus.
now looking back, like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, I was so fucking wrong."
Yikes,
uh,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, my dad, he does actually like a little bit of death, not like death. He doesn't like cannibal. He likes like like
Oh,
'90s
yeah.
Swedish metal death. Like he used to listen to At the Gates a lot, so so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not, yeah, and like he knew all those '80s bands, but so he's not that much of a poser. He knew Dio, and he even knew fucking Anvil and Venom and Merciful Fate, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the point.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, that's enough about my dad. Have you? All right, so have you always wanted to do a metal project since you got into this stuff? Did you always want to do something related to death metal, or like did that kind of change over time? Because like a lot of people I know, they when they as soon as they get into metal, they always want to do a thrash metal band, but then that doesn't usually stay very long. Usually shifts into something else as they develop as musicians.
I think I'll take this one, Jack, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
That's
I think we, I think we actually went the deep route right away because our first band was like a grindcore band.
Yeah, I saw that
oh
on
my
Metal
goodness.
Archives. It says like you
Yeah,
started out as grindcore.
Yeah.
yeah. We like it was dumb and just absolutely the worst grindcore ever.
Yeah. It was like 1 week of me figuring out how to play the drums because I didn't drum before we started what was called Vile Rot back then. So, yeah, we started with this like we just wanted to like get something. I don't know. We wanted to see what we could do. I guess is kind of what was the big thing. It's like we just wanted to know what it felt like. That's kind of what that was.
So you just picked up like
Yeah.
so you did not drum at all before picking up this band? No.
No, I was actually gonna play guitar, but I feel we
Yeah.
needed a drummer, not a guitarist, so I just
Someone
picked up
had
the
to do
drums
it.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We
used to
picked
have
up a
three
$100 kit.
guitarists. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Or you can just use pots and pans to start off, and that would probably be perfect for the music.
Probably
like
be
that one
good
guy on
enough.
Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, do you think you've gotten better
Yeah.
at drums over the past few years? Or
Oh, definitely, like so much better, like for sure. Like, um, especially like just figuring out like what I actually want to play and stuff is like it's really cool. Just figuring out like all the different genres I can play, stuff like that.
yeah,
I've gotten way better.
yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get even better as time goes on. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blah blah blah. What the fuck is next? All right. So do you want to explore just this? I mean, you don't. I mean, I'm not sure how much we can get into it, but you want to explore like some of the themes you have in your lyrics because the MA Metal says your themes are gore, violence, and death, and you also have some interestingly verbose titles for your songs. I remember when I interviewed Evan like a week or so ago, like from Dead and Dripping, all of his songs had like extremely
Uh,
like eloquent titles. So I wonder if like you maybe got some inspiration for that, or maybe like you got it from like Lord Worm or something.
Jackie,
Or
I
suffocation.
actually, yeah, I come up with almost all of the titles. So I don't know. I get my inspiration for them. It's just it used to just be like the grossest thing I could come up with the top of my head. So, um, and we don't have like certain like specific lyrics. We kind of just let Donnie like kind of handle that. But before I did used to write the lyrics, and it's just kind of like whatever gross shit I could think of. Obviously, getting inspiration from like zombies, like and like just like orgasm lyrics and devourment lyrics, where it's just like the most vile shit you've ever heard. Just kind of rhymed out. It doesn't take much thought for me. They come
I
and
got.
go.
I mean, hopefully in the future, I got to name one song off the upcoming album, which I'm
Oh yeah,
thankful for.
No, I'm
Thank you,
proud of that.
Jack. Yeah.
yeah. You know,
I mean, my
we're going a different
yeah,
direction with our song titles now.
So like,
yeah,
They're kind of
because
just like
sorry,
my
sorry, go on.
huge influence are like kind of like horror movies, like almost like splatter punk books. You know, that's kind of my alley. And
I was
video
actually
games,
gonna.
I
Oh,
guess.
yeah. You know, I mean, Jack, you said like Donnie just kind of makes it. So like, does he like do the vocals and then retroactively like write the lyrics, or like he has an idea, or you have no idea?
um I think he does like the patterns and then he thinks of like what he wants to actually say is kind of what he does now. But yeah, he doesn't like think of like a story really unless we give him like the idea of like the album, like the tone we're going for.
Hmm.
He kind of just goes from there.
No, okay. All right.
And he
Okay.
does a
Also,
great job.
yeah. All right, Landon, I'm gonna get back to your thing that you said about movies, but we're gonna get that in a second. So I'm a little confused. So like Donnie's a vocalist. Who is like? What about Jacob? Is Jacob not on vocal duties anymore?
Um,
So
it's kind of a long story, I guess, but
I mean, if you don't
to
want to
make it
regale
short,
us, if it's like personal
yeah.
and
Well, I
you
like
know,
shorten it. You know.
There's some
We had him
controversy
as
in there.
yeah, he was our vocalist from the beginning, so it was kind of tough. But we just felt like he wasn't really in it, I guess, as much as we were. So we kind of expressed our frustrations with that for a while, and then it kind of got to a point where we'd like argue a lot. He just ended up just kind of like giving it up, like kind of on the whim. Like we were trying to get him to like kind of improve a lot. We wanted to keep him because we had Donnie and him for a while, but then he ended up getting in an argument with Landon mostly, and then he kind of just like got mad and kind of left the band. It's just been Donnie for now,
yikes. Well, it
and then
looks
we
like
got Eli for bass.
it looks like Donnie. I mean, I checked his page. He has like a lot of experience with other bands too. It seems like so. He seems like he got someone who's really good.
Yeah, he's a great vocalist. He's a great fit. We love his energy and just his overall look and just how he is. He's just a great guy.
All right. All right. So let's see. So it seems like yeah. So I checked on the. I mean, you mentioned you have Eli and bass, but it looks like so Landon. It says on the page that you're on bass and guitar duties. So like so you brought in a bass. It looks like, or maybe you can just be like discordant axis or anal cunt and just say fuck the bassist. You can just
Yeah, I played even though we used to. I mean, our old vocalist used to fill in for bass for most of it,
Mhm.
but I wrote and recorded all of the bass on
Mhm.
our demo and EP. But we now have Eli to do that, which he's a phenomenal musician, and he's more than capable of I, of me handing that over to him. So
All right, that's good. All right,
Sure.
and all right, so Jack, I actually have a question for you. So, do you do the drums after the riffs have been composed, or like you do everything in tandem with the riffs?
It depends on the song. Sometimes like Lennon will think of something and then he'll like send a video to me and I'll think of it from there. But a lot of times it kind of just comes from like improvisation too. I think I'd say it's like a solid 50-50. Like if we're practicing, we're trying to figure out a new song, we'll end up just like getting completely off track and then kind of create something randomly, just like
Mm.
jamming, just messing around, and that's
Spontaneity.
kind of where a lot of our riffs come from.
Mm.
yeah,
Well, that's good. All right, so I did ask, have you ever performed live? But I checked on YouTube. It seems like you guys actually did perform live. So what was that like? Was that like? I'm sure that you looked like you had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, we've been playing for a while actually,
Mhm.
for like 2 years now. I'd say I think around there. We don't play like super often because we
three.
all got our own things going on. Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah,
um, it's been crazy. It's kind of gone by really fast, but we've been playing a lot. We have a show actually this Thursday. There's upcoming Thursday on the 23rd. It's in West Dallas
Mm.
at Da Bar. If you want to come.
with who?
I'm all the way in New York, kids. So like, are you playing with other local bands or like any big names bands going to be there?
Yeah, we're playing with a couple of local bands. There's Swarm, who's kind of like a slamcore kind of band where they like kind of mix deathcore and slam up a little bit, and then like this like really weird like solo project called Pussfilled. And it's funny you actually bring up Anal Cunt, because it's like Burt Bacharach or something like that is the headliner, and it's
Oh,
former members of Anal Cunt playing
oh,
from the band.
well, that's
So
a
that's
thing.
cool.
Did they also do grindcore or is it like something else?
Uh, yeah, it's grind.
Yeah,
I listened to a little bit of it. It's definitely just straight up grindcore. They don't do any of like the edgy stuff though anymore. It's
Uh,
nothing like that. It's actually the opposite. Honestly,
oh, they
it's
don't.
like
Oh, like so they do
yeah.
like all the wholesome stuff. That what the oh fuck? What the hell was the album called where they did like all those love songs? Oh shit, the name is escaping me. You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
think I do. Yeah.
All right. All right, so let's see. Is there? I mean, we already kind of touched on this before, but is there like a very big BDM scene where you guys are? You said you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It says. So you ever work? I mean, you do a lot of work with other acts, or you mostly just kind of because like especially since you're all so far apart, you mostly just kind of do your own thing.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, with this. Sorry, Jack.
no, you go ahead.
um,
I was
with there is more of a hardcore scene where we are, but it's mostly for BDM. It's basically us and Sacrificial here.
Mm. Yeah. All right.
There's a
Yeah,
few other like sort of brutal death metal adjacent bands. I know the big one is like Ancient Entities is
Mm.
plays around here a lot. Anomaly, um, sort of kind of real death metal adjacent, and then like I think Cannibal, not Cannibal Portion. There's another band. It's no, it's Towering Abomination. That's what I was thinking of. Is they also play around here. They're a good real death metal band, but yeah, there's like maybe at max four bands, two of them being mean or sorry, sacrificial. Like,
Mm.
and we're kind of like we kind of go together a lot. Oh, and Putrid Bile, I guess.
Well,
oh
it's,
yeah.
Technically from Wisconsin, yeah.
it was always good. It's always good to have a community. Yeah. Let's see. So do you plan on mainly sticking with brutal death metal, or maybe you want to see maybe later down the line you can branch to some maybe adjacent subgenres, or maybe like touch some other genres of music in general? What do you guys say about that?
We're probably gonna stick more with the brutal death metal and like yeah, the brutal death metal approach. For a while, we were definitely like super like slam oriented,
Yeah.
but we kind of But yeah, we kind of grew a little bit past that. We kind of want just like the fast, crazy stuff with the slams as like a kind of like a bonus, not exactly like the
Yeah.
actual goal of the entire thing. But yeah, definitely gonna go more to the brutal death metal route.
All right.
Yeah,
Be
definitely.
All right. And
And
here's the.
I think I.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh yeah. No, you're good.
I mean, I was actually going to move on to the next question, but if you had something to add.
No, you're good. I think Jack summed it up pretty well, actually.
All right, so all right, so here's the next one. So there were some film samples on the EP. Like I heard, like I don't remember all. I remember one was from a Clockwork Orange. Are you guys big film buffs, or like you just chose those samples because they fit the aesthetic of the EP?
I think Jack's more of the film buff than I am because
Mm.
he picked most of them out. But I think on the upcoming album, you're not going to hear a lot of samples. Where there is, I would be very surprised if people knew where they were from.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that's all I'm going to say.
you get like a lot of that obscure grindhouse stuff, or like
Yeah, I mean the samples is like I actually don't really watch a lot of horror movies, but I like more like psychological stuff. But the samples is just kind of like we think of like the song structure, like where we think maybe one would go, and then we look at the title or the themes around them, and we kind of go with that. We just try and find one maybe if we want to put one in there.
Yeah, I used to I used to tell myself like maybe I should make a goal of watching every horror film that like Mortician has sampled. But then I tried doing it.
Yeah,
It's just the same like B crap over and over. I
yeah,
mean, if that's your thing, whatever. But like I mean, I don't know. Most I don't. I mean, some of the best horror movies ever made, like I don't find particularly scary. But then again, I mean, people say The Shining is is the best horror film, but it's not that scary. But I mean, it's not a bad
yeah,
film, but it's not scary. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I prefer other types of films anyway. All right, well, I
yeah.
guess we can get onto the miscellaneous questions. So, do you guys listen to many genres of metal, or do you guys mostly just stick with what death metal and just the Jason stuff?
I pretty much listen to a lot. I listen to a lot of. It goes from like Ozzy Osbourne,
Rest in peace.
to like NFC stuff, BDM. Like I pretty much listen to a whole wide range of it, but I still probably will stick within metal as a genre.
Yeah,
Yeah. For me, like when it comes to metal, is definitely brutal death metal is like number one, and then I think number two would be black metal. I really like sort of the melodic route that they go with black metal. I love like there's just that kind of infectious riffing and stuff like that. Um, and then I guess I'd I'll probably get shot for saying this, but I do like some deathcore. You know, uh, just a little bit. Not I don't like Lorna
straight up.
Shore. I but like definitely that old school shit. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Each to their own, man.
Like
Well, I
anything
thought I.
past
He's
2010
not
is
gonna post the interview now. Because
Well, look. They're not gonna firebomb me. They're gonna firebomb Jack. But I thought you were gonna say like Taylor Swift or something. So I mean, I guess that's not so
oh
bad. I had
yeah.
these.
Other than metal, I guess definitely jazz. What I'm in school for is kind of jazz music. It's definitely like the other thing I listen to, and then like rap and like screamo and stuff, which is not as interesting. I don't think.
Yeah, gotta have some variety. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that actually kind of brings me to my next question. So like this is like a question I love to ask metalheads. So like you have to bring 3 albums to a desert island, but there's a catch. You cannot bring anything that is either metal or metal adjacent. So you can't bring any album that's metal or punk or hard rock. So what you can bring rock, but you can't bring like heavy rock. So which albums are you bringing? If you can, because I've come across some
Yeah,
some
you
metalheads
go
that can't
first.
name a single one.
No, you can go first on that one, man.
I did. I don't. I would if it's not okay. I'm gonna say probably like a Miles Davis record. Yeah. Probably. Do they have to be specific, or can I just say artist? I don't know a lot of albums.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you can't name an album, you can just say like a compilation album, assuming they have one.
Mm,
Some kind of Miles Davis is one. Okay.
Every Miles Davis, I'll take every Miles
Some
Davis
kind.
album.
Dude, I have to look it up because I'm so stupid.
Okay, I'll go then. I'll go while you look it up then.
Yeah, go
For me,
first.
um, I can't do screamo. So, for like jazz, my favorite jazz album of all time is "Civilization" by Tony Williams.
Ooh.
It's like both a fusion. It's like some of it's fusion, some of it's just kind of more your typical jazz. For another album, for like a rap album, I'm a big Earl Sweatshirt fan. I really like some rap songs. Is probably my favorite Earl Sweatshirt album for when it comes to rap. And then if I had to pick a third one, is probably uh, let's go. Oh, yeah, it's the song. Oh my gosh, it's by John Coltrane. It's Giant Steps. Yeah, Giant Steps. I don't know how I forgot that. It's like his most famous one, but Giant Steps album is also really good.
What genre is that?
Oh, the John Coltrane record, which is Giant Steps, is just jazz. It's a jazz album. It's Coltrane. I think Elvin Jones on drums. That's like kind of like the main like appeal of it.
Hmm.
Some rap songs is a rap album, and then uh, the last one, which was Tony Williams, was also a jazz album. Yeah.
All right, cool. Landon, have you figured it
I
out?
yeah. I feel it's so weird when it comes to like Davis and other jazz because they have a lot of compilation records and not
I love Miles
records.
Davis.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'd have to go with
Milestones.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably for like Miles Davis. I mean, really any of it. I would take any of it. Probably like Joe Pass's Meditation, great. And then for a weird one, I'd say MF Doom, like
Ooh.
his food album. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
didn't
pretty
even
good
know you
jazz
listened to
album.
him.
Yeah, that's kind of a weirder one, but yeah.
Hey, it's not. Hey, it qualifies, so you're good. All right. All right. So, I mean, we've already kind of covered this earlier. So, what are your favorite bands, either influences or not? And there are any deeper cut bands you think people ought to check out?
Lana can start. Gotta
All right,
think
you
of
want
a
me to
lot.
start?
Yeah.
I'm, I mean, just to name a couple, probably some of my favorite bands, like Disgorge, definitely Disco. I mean, fuck yeah. And then one of my favorite bands, which I get a lot of hate for, is the Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh no.
I like
I
the
like,
Black Dahlia
I love
Murder.
it. Man.
I don't mind
I
it.
get a lot of hate for it, dude. Yeah, I
People
mean,
think it's
different.
deathcore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely Disgorge, Gorgasm, and probably I don't know. It's a mix between like Malignancy or like there's a couple bands, but deeper cuts. They Mutilated. It's a pretty good band.
You saw that CD.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
me, um, just my top five, I guess, is Defeated Sanity. It's obviously a big one.
Fuck, I
Um,
totally forgot.
you forgot. Defeated Sanity, Devourment. I like Gorgasm a lot. Bleeding is a big band I like a lot. And then Internal Suffering. And then I guess a deep cut or deep-ish cut would be like maybe Gut Rot. I don't hear people talk about them very often. Definitely big influence for me as of recently.
That's cool. All right, and I guess we're gonna get to a more general question. So, any advice for people interested in starting a metal band? I mean, you guys only been around for a few years, and you've only released one EP. But like, would you say like what? I guess more interesting taking this question. What are like the biggest things you've learned while in this band, even though it's only been around for a couple of years?
You want Jack? You go
Yeah,
first.
I'll go.
It's too hard.
I guess if you're looking to start a band, it's just kind of just go for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll figure out like what you want to go for. You don't need like specific sound you want like right away. Like for us, it took us honestly the majority of our fucking lifespan to figure out what we wanted to play. So
Just make it
um,
exist first, and then you'll work out the
yeah,
details.
just go from there. You know.
I think what I'd have to say to if somebody's really just starting out a band, your first show is gonna suck. It's
It's be
gonna
so
be
bad. It's
terrible.
gonna be so bad. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna like look back on it forever, and
Just
you're just gonna
cringe.
be so
But that's gonna
yeah.
make you better because you don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you
Just
do it
just
again,
keep
and it's
at it.
actually not. Then you do it again. It's actually not bad.
You know what? Maybe then it's not for you. But for most people, like just keep at it, and you'll figure it out for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And definitely, I guess another thing would be have what if you're gonna play a show and you have like two songs, just play covers.
Yeah,
Like
that
I,
would probably
I
be a good
don't
idea.
I don't want to hear like two kind of bad original songs and then covers.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather them play the two songs like twice, maybe three
yeah,
times.
that's
You
it.
know, Devourment did that in their first show. They replayed like the same three
Yeah,
songs.
Hey, it works. You laugh,
Yeah.
but it works. Or maybe you can just like intersperse it so people don't really notice. Cover
Yeah,
it
you know,
later in the
just maybe
intro.
think of stuff on the fly.
All right. All right. All right. So I guess we're almost there. So, what are your musical plans for the near and distant future? You said you have an album coming up, but like after the album, you just gonna keep making music in your spare time, or like you're just gonna like just maybe see where you're just gonna see where the path of music takes you on that.
I mean, I'd preferably love to play more shows after the album was released,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, and
maybe
yeah,
not tour. That's not a huge priority on my mind,
Yeah.
but yeah, just kind of play more shows. Make more people come out. See us and have fun.
Yeah.
for me, for the album is just kind of when that comes out is to also play more shows for sure. Hopefully, get like more offers to play shows. It'd be really cool to make this kind of like something we can make a little bit off of while also having fun. Is kind of our main goal though.
Yeah.
It's like because we're used to not really making anything, so fun is like utmost importance, and it's like just seeing how
You get
people
something
like
out
our
of it.
shit.
But
Yeah. So yeah, play more shows for sure, especially in summer. We hope to play just as much as possible.
yeah.
Maybe tour.
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, and keep working on it. You might get something. Just make
If
sure when you tour, you
NSC
don't.
wants us to.
I mean,
Yeah,
just make sure you don't get like just to make get you don't get a shitty touring agent and like they only book shows where like 6 people show up. Those
Yeah,
are then
that's
like then it's just
yeah,
fucking like you're gonna drag your because you don't have roadies, so you're just gonna drag all your shit in the fucking snow while if you're just first like 6 people who might not
Jesus.
even be paying attention.
yeah.
Just some guy
Give
jerking
a
off
month
in a
of
lawn
school,
chair.
make $50. You know?
All right. All right. So, all right. Any closing words from you, gentlemen?
Just
Um,
look out for the album. Hopefully you like it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's keep working.
Go to our show if you can, if you live near there.
Yeah.
West
And
Dallas at DeBar. I don't know when this is gonna
and
be
buy a
uploaded, but
shirt.
if it's uploaded before then,
Oh, you
oh yeah,
guys
and buy a
have
shirt.
you have merch now? I
They're on
didn't notice.
sale. Yeah, we've had merch for a while.
Yeah. Who designed, oh yeah, I forgot to ask. Who designed your logo?
Oh, so the first Vile Rock logo was both the JJ, and then the Putrilence logo is my friend Caden. It's Caden and then SZY on Instagram. He's a goat. He also did our EP artwork. That's on Spotify. He definitely did that first logo, and then our second logo, I believe, was done by Dan Osborne. Right, Landon? Yeah,
Yeah.
of he used to be in Inherent Disease. I think he used to drum for Inherent Disease. He did our newest logo. So shout out him too. It's awesome.
Very cool. All right, cool. I guess that's pretty much everything. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Everyone else watching, so check out Putrilence on Spotify, and of course when they release the new album. And yeah, that's it. You can fuck off now.